Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. We got the hit squad in the house today, a full house. We got Tasha T. Sizzle repping the do-rag and the D-Aura. We got Michigan Mike, Mr. Wolverine Comics TX himself back in the building. Always glad to have a full house on the show. How goes it today, T. Sizzle?
It goes. It goes.
It keeps on going. Michigan Mike, what's good, man?
It's going good over here. I'm here in the Omni Dallas, so it's hanging out.
All right, well, welcome to downtown Dallas. Hope they treat you good down there. Hope you find everything you're looking for at the expo. Now, we got a jam-packed show for you today, and there's a lot of topics that I would like to avoid, especially with both of them being on the panel today. But I have to put on my big boy draws because my people are showing out and embarrassing me at every turn. But before we get into any of that and they take their victory laps, let's get a word from our sponsor, T-Sizzle.
We are sponsored by May Janes Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. Again, people just go onto her website and to Instagram to see updates.
All right. And this show is also brought to you by
Wolverine Comics TX. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Buy, sell, and trade all comics. We're here at the expo getting some key comics there. Hopefully I don't spend it all today, so fingers crossed.
Oh, that's all right. If you spend it all today, just holler at me on Monday. We'll run up to the casino and get it all back. Shouts out to the Panda Slots. Shouts out to Michigan Mike and T Sizzle. So glad to have you all on board today. Now, last night, the Denver Nuggets took a commanding 3-1 lead over the Miami Heat with a 108-95 victory. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray both had double-doubles, and Aaron Gordon led all scorers with 27 points. Now, we flip to the other side of the court. The Miami Heat starting backcourt had 2 points. 2 points! The starting backcourt had 2 points on 1 of 10 shooting, 0 for 7 from the 3. I am willing to guess that at our advanced age and stage in life, that one of us three could have gotten 2 points last night down there in Miami. This just absolutely...
I mean, Udonis Haslam could have got them too.
Say that one more time.
Udonis Haslam at the age of 73 could have got those 2 points.
Very, very embarrassing. Good morning, Christina. And you're just in time for your brother to take a victory lap because if I'm not mistaken, you put on Instagram Nuggets in 5, let's go, correct?
Yeah, Nuggets
You're
in
feeling
5.
real good about that now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, last night they looked like they were kind of playing with them the whole time. I would say, definitely the first half, and then I saw Gordon just starting to drive the lane, and I was like, oh, this game is over with.
Yeah.
You have Gordon on and Jokic, and then they weren't even guarding him on the 3 when he's shooting like 47% from the 3. Come on, man.
Hey, we got our stats guy back, T Sizzle. We got our stats guy back. What was the percentage?
When Mike ain't here, we just be out here spewing.
Right, nice to have you back. Shouts out to our sponsor. Hello, Denise. Tasha, do you agree with Mike? Is this thing a wrap on Monday?
I mean, we put that. I think you're the only one that did not say Denver in 5. But let me go back and pull up a few receipts. Mike, are you watching this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Remember, you said when Paul
I wasn't gonna watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at you.
You weren't going to watch what? Wait a minute, fill me in.
The final. She's saying I was.
Oh yeah, because only you would have to watch the game to know that Jokic was wide open on the 3 and Bam was giving him way too much room out there on the arc.
Yeah, or the other game or the other loss they had.
But no, I'm not surprised because I really think at some points throughout this series, Miami has really looked tired except for that game 2.
Right.
Them having to play longer in those playoffs and really work hard to win those series, right. I think that's taking a toll on them overall, along with them just not being able to stop Murray, Jokic, and everything else that they have. Like Aaron Gordon coming out of just nowhere and just filling in. Like I don't think any of us expected that.
Aaron Gordon hadn't played that good since he was in that Uncle Drew movie, and that was fiction. So, like, if you got Jokic and you got Murray doing what they do, and your role player is dropping a game-high 27, and you got Bruce Brown giving you 20 off the bench, and you're starting backcourt for Miami scoring 2 points, that's going to equal a very short series.
And you got Green coming in at the ripe old age of damn near 35 in there. He's been in the league a long time. Jeff Green is coming in spurts and doing what a veteran is supposed to do. He's the hype man. He's getting them, hey guys, let's do this. This may be my last go round. I need to get this.
I'm glad you said last go round. You walked me right into my next question. Does the Denver Nuggets have staying power, or do you see them as just a comet that just shot across the sky for one season?
No, if they stay together, I can see them doing more, especially the West seems depleted. Right. The West, for some reason, cannot get over or beat that tandem that Denver has.
And the West is getting old, too, if you really think about it. The West is getting old. Mike, do you see dynasty in the making? Let's say dynasty is maybe 3 finals appearances in the next 5 years. Do you see that for Denver?
3 finals. I mean, how Tasha said is very depleted in the West right now, and everyone doesn't know where everyone's going.
Right.
If they can stay together, for sure, I could definitely see a dynasty.
Yeah, the way that they put that team together, like Tasha said, they have role players, and that's what every championship team has a role player that makes big shots at critical moments. Remember the Heat? Everybody talked about the big 3, but it was Ray Allen that won that championship with that 3 in Game 6. You look at the Paxsons of the world back in the Chicago days. Like, there's always an unsung hero when you come to these power teams, and they have a lot of guys that can get it done. Go ahead, Tasha.
But to Mike's point about them being young, the Kings may do a little something too, because the Kings are young and they tasted the blood. The blood was in the water, and them Sharks are ready to attack.
And you think about it, it was just their youth and inexperience that cost them in Game 7 because they were fighting toe-to-toe with Golden State. Now, here's a question. Since it's a foregone conclusion that Denver's going to go ahead and finish this, hopefully on Monday, who's your MVP? And the reason why I asked this is because Jokic and Murray have been equally impressive. They both had 30-point triple-doubles in Game 3. They both had double-doubles in Game 4. Tasha, if you had to vote, who's your MVP for the finals?
I'm going to go with Jamal Murray. Because he's the spark of energy that they need, because he's carrying the team. I mean, really, you don't need Luka to the end. Right. Because you see that's when he performs best is at the end of the game. But Jamal is getting them their spark, getting them out there, getting them going. I would give it to Jamal Murray.
Do you agree, Mr. Michael? Are you going with the Joker?
No, I agree. I was going to say he's definitely put himself on the map, I would say. For a lot of people that don't watch the Nuggets,
right?
I don't watch the Nuggets. So like I didn't realize that he was this talented, and I don't know if it's Joker stepping back than his normal play. Like Joker was playing regular season like lights out,
right?
And then Murray's kind of stepping over. I mean, to Joker's point, they are trying to double team him, and then they go double team Murray, and then he's open for the 3. That type of stuff. It's just kind of a duo, but I still give it to Murray.
One thing that makes me agree with you two, and let's not take anything away from Nikola Jokic. Of course, he's the straw that stirs the drink. But think about it. His last 2 MVP seasons, they were bounced in the first round because Jamal Murray was not healthy. Mm-hmm. So when you see a healthy Jamal Murray on this team with a healthy Jokic, he did put them over the top. And they're unguardable when Murray's giving you 12 assists a game and Jokic is giving you a triple-double. I mean, you need all hands on deck. And for Miami, back to Tasha's original point, I think Boston did them no favors by scratching out 3 games in a row and sending them to a Game 7 before it went down. Good morning, Miss Taylor. And we got Mr. Glenn.
If you go back, they gave their all in that Game 6. Like, right, now, that was exhausting in itself.
That was a classic. And I think that ultimately, I don't even know if Fresh Legs would have done it against Joker and Murray. I mean, you saw what they did to the Lakers. Dismantled them. And AD played in every game, right? Joker plays like a 7-foot Luka, slow but in control.
Who was that? It was one of the shows I was in. I think it was The Pivot, and they were saying Jokic is so effective, even though he couldn't jump over a smashed wet hamburger.
What you say, he couldn't jump over a frisbee? But the thing is, I haven't seen nobody throw his shot into the first row.
Right.
You know, like Adebayo, and to Adebayo's credit, he's played decent. He's averaging a double-double, but it's just too much going on. Now that we got Jokic crossed off the list of superstars that never won a title, Who goes into next season under the most pressure to win their first championship? Mike, I see your wheels turning up there. Who you going with?
Dang. I'm gonna go kick it back to CP3 just because it's still fresh in my mind of like, where's he gonna go? Like, is he gonna just like swallow the pride, come off the bench, and like just go for a championship?
Speaking of Luka, you need to go down to Dallas and just back him up, state free, no tax. Go back up Luka, give Luka a spell, and hopefully rock them young legs to a championship like Alonzo Mourning did in 06. Tasha, who do you have as the next up guy that it's time for you to get a championship, dog?
It's Embiid. He's doing all that gun.
That's mine right there.
Now we done gave you your MVP.
You begged for. You begged us to come up over Joker.
And we done forgave you. And we done gave you that MVP.
Right. We gave you your NAACP award because come on now, we rolled for you on that and you embarrassed us in the playoffs. So now you got to win the chip to.
Well, no, I wasn't rolling for him on that point because I still think that Jokic is the better player. Just last season, Joel to me was the better player.
But it's a regular season award. You didn't have Embiid with the better regular season this year.
Yeah, I did with the better regular season. I did.
Right, but it's time for you to win a championship. I think Mike pointed out the last time he was on the show. That's the only MVP in NBA history that's never been to a conference finals. I mean, come on, man. A conference finals. The Grizzlies have been to a conference finals back in the Zebo days. I mean, come on. That's awful. Now, Sizzle, we stand united on one front right here, right now. And I think I speak on behalf of all the Memphis Grizzlies fans as well. We are all one. We're all united because we want this thing over Monday so we can find out what the hell is going on with our superstar, Ja Morant. Because with each passing day that we don't get a judgment, some more foolishness comes out. Lord, he's going to be gone for 3 years if this thing drag out another week. So to back everybody up, for anybody who just got out of jail today, congratulations. Welcome back to the streets. Ja Morant's camp, as reported by the Breakfast Club on Tuesday, is now saying it was a toy gun. Mike, I don't even want to keep talking about this. Mike, toy gun, what are your thoughts? Tasha, quit laughing. This is crazy.
Yeah, no. Why is it? Well, there's so many, like, first of all, second of all, third
right.
of all.
I'm like, y'all just take
if it was, why wasn't it originally stated that?
Thank you.
Where's the little orange tip? Did you spray paint it? Who spray painted it? Who gave it to you? Like, there's so many things. Like, is it an airsoft gun? Where are the pellets at? You know, like, no.
Look at Mike is looking like he knows his kids is lying. Tasha, your thoughts when you saw the toy gun deal from the Breakfast Club this week?
I mean, I didn't see it from the Breakfast Club. I saw it from a site that's, sometimes you have to do a little background on that, and you rake me over the coals. Exactly. I knew it was a lie. That's just more fodder for them to try to extend. I think Silver has already made up his mind. I think he made up his mind the day he saw that video. And the only thing they were trying to figure out was with the Players Association, what's a fair suspension time. He already made up his mind. Cause who you gonna believe, me or your lying ass?
Right, it wasn't me looking ass. This is my thing, y'all. I hope and pray to God that it wasn't a toy gun. And here's why. If it's a real gun, then as Adam Silver, I'm talking as the commissioner now. If I'm Adam Silver and it's a real gun, I'm like, okay, well, this guy has got some right. Just hold yourself accountable at this point. Now, to Ja's credit, they're saying someone in his camp did this. So I don't know if that was his mama trying to save him, or if that was T on the phone.
He need new people.
Office.
He need new people.
They said someone in his camp.
King, Ja. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't gonna blow smoke up your ass. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Ja, give me a job, Ja. I had your ass set up straight.
Right, and I need some of them new Ja ones too. Those are fresh. I'm hoping that it's not that it wasn't a toy gun, because if it's a real gun, I can say, okay, well this guy has a issue. Or I could just hand down a suspension and just be done with it because you put a gun on there. If it's a toy gun, I'm thinking if I'm Adam Silver, I'm like, oh, so now you're trying to punk me. Now you're trying to play me. Now you out here playing with toy. Now you're going to put a toy gun out there on video just to what, taunt me? Like what? Like why would you do that? Now it seems like you trying to say, well, I'm gonna do what I want. You know, I would rather it be a real gun and you really got a problem than you trolling the league office with a fake gun in the off season, because now I'm ready to suspend you for 3 years. Now
and remember, I told you, I said I don't care if he was butt naked with that gun if his caption up under that thing was practice gun safety. And then someone else I read on Twitter somewhere, somebody said it wasn't an issue. He could have took that and spun that and said, yeah, on our way to the gun range. And it would have made it all together. See, that's why I said you need me on your team, Ja.
No, that's a good point, Tasha.
They in it for the wrong reasons.
That's a good point, because let's just face it, we're all gun owners. We came from gun-heavy states. We grew up with guns in the house, and we knew that guns were loaded and not to play with them. So it's not a thing that where people are going to bash you for having a gun. It's your stupidity, Ja, for real, bro. For like, Commissioner, before he does something else, please just hand down this punishment before we don't see him play until RJ is at the prom.
And the next time.
Now, Mike, let me read you something here, because as we've gone back and forth, and one of these days we're going to release our group chat to the world as a memoir for some of the stuff that you don't get to see us say off camera. Oh, I thought you was about to bring the baby, man. I thought you was going to put the baby in the lap. Man, don't tease us with the cup of coffee. All right. Now, Mike, Tasha, I want to get your thoughts on this. This was Commissioner Silver's response to Stephen A. Smith earlier this week when he said, are you going to look to send a message to Ja? And this is a direct quote from the commissioner right here. He says, I get a little nervous when people talk about sending a message. Sometimes it implies that you may not be fair to that individual player. We want to portray a positive image in terms of our players in this league. This is not just about discipline. Does this sound like a backtrack?
It sounds more of like if you're saying I need to send a message, that means that I'm not already sending messages, is what he's saying. That's how I take it.
That's how you take it, like, oh, this is going to be even worse than we originally thought.
It's saying like, yeah, like if y'all don't think I have control over my league, I need to send a message. That's what he's trying to cover himself by saying like, oh, I see. So if anything, he might be fueled by that, you know. So he's like, man. And to Tasha's point, he's like, okay, well, let's do it then.
So do you agree with Mike that when he says I get a little nervous when people talk about sending a message, sometimes it implies that you may not be fair to that individual player? Do you think that this is a softening of the stance, or that he's about to really ramp it up and give him even more games than originally thought?
Did y'all not listen to anything I just said probably about 5 minutes ago? His mind was already made up when he saw that video. He already knew.
You talking about the second video?
The second video.
Okay.
He already knew. He probably took him a day or two to wrap his mind around what he was going to do. All that other stuff, again, it's just PR fluff to, you know, stretch it along until, you know, the finals are done with. He already made up his mind. When he saw that video, it probably took him a day or two to say, this is what I'm going to propose to the Players Association right here.
Well, then I have a grievance with the commissioner then.
I don't think an investigation was needed, because we keep going around in circles about, you know, different things. But it's Ja's words that probably caused the commissioner to be like, you know what? I'm not going to even argue with this. This is where I'm thinking, and this is where I'm going. Because Ja told him, hey, I won't do it again. And he did it again. And I think Silver is kind of like, man, look, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Let me present this in front of them. Let's come to a medium. And let's go on and put this sentence out.
Now, if that is indeed the case, then I think the commissioner has done a horrible job with this from a PR standpoint. And I think that he's really dropped the ball, because just a week ago, right before the finals started, he got up and addressed the media and said that he did not want to be a distraction to the players who's playing in the finals. So he would announce the decision after the finals. But then he's since gone on several different mediums and talked about the suspension, which has made it just as popular a topic throughout all the sports shows this week.
I mean, because we keep talking about it. Like you just said, the sports shows keep talking about it. We talking about it. The armchair quarterbacks are talking about it.
Right. And that's because he won't go ahead and render a decision. If he would have rendered the decision before the finals, we wouldn't be talking about this today.
No.
Go ahead, Mike.
How long do you have to wait until after the finals? Like,
no, I need you to do it after this with the champagne in your hand. Like, have a champagne bottle. Pull it on Jokic.
That takes away from the Nuggets, then, you know.
When they doing this with that Larry O'Brien, I want the next statement to say, "Breaking news."
Right, because the thing is, I feel like that the commissioner is exploiting this now, and this whole week was just a trailer for us to tune in after the finals when all of us turns our focus towards football.
He's doing that LeBron.
Exploit this.
Y'all gonna want to watch this.
Right. Now
Wait
this
till they get a load of me.
Right, you on the Dan Patrick show talking about this. You know they're going to ask you questions about it on national television. Why would they not ask you questions about it? If I'm your program director, Mike, and you're Malika Andrews, I'm going to say make sure you get that job question in. I don't care if he squirms in his seat, and he's been more than happy, just willy nilly, no comment. He just willing. Oh yeah, we gonna blah blah blah. Just shut the hell up and get a man his suspension. Now, I do want to prepare you two for something because first, before I do that, let's get you back on record. Tasha, you say what? 50 games, half a season. Let's just catch everybody up to what you think
I said it's more than the. What did you say? 25?
Yeah, me and Jarrell got 25.
I said it's going to be more than 25.
More than 20. Wait a minute, Tasha. That's it. You sound like you softening now. Well, Mike.
Oh no! I will say whatever I said in our group text. I want him gone for the whole season. So let's just get that out there.
Tasha, why would you do me like that? What am I gonna watch?
I'm gonna go $1.
Right, she bet $1 on the Price is Right, Mike.
I mean, I won 82 games, so that's 41. I'm gonna go with half a season.
Yeah, that's what we said. We said half a season.
Denise, 50 or a 50 piece, dry rub, Louisiana.
Dry rub, all flats.
He gonna be flat on his face, all right, if he get 50 games. Mike, you agree with the 50 games, don't you?
Half season is what I originally
said.
So
y'all are going so I'll put you in the 40 to 50 game range. So we'll do a range to be fair.
How about the 26 to 50? How about that?
You're gonna say 20? Damn, Mike, you really couching yourself. This is a person who gambles for a living, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all, I want to prepare y'all for something that I think that nobody's going to be satisfied with these results. I don't think the Grizzlies are going to be satisfied. I don't think the people who want a pound of flesh are going to be satisfied. I think that he may go indefinite and not put a number on it with all of these provisions that Ja has to go through before he gets back on the court, so that we lose count of how many games he's really gone. Like Ja has to go to gun safety training. Ja has to do community service. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was talking to the baby.
Oh, sorry. Hey, RJ. My sweet God, baby. All right. I think that he's going to weasel his way out of this to try not to have one side or the other. Make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Just if it's going to be 50 games, invest in your conviction. Sit them 50 games so we can move on. But I think that this is going to be open-ended where none of us get a real answer. He's suspended indefinitely, and then he's got regular meetings with the commissioner. He has to go do this, that, the third. We're going to circle back.
It's a waste of time.
Right. That was going to be a waste of, and we're going to come on here and hammer Silver next week.
I'm going to come in there and hammer Ja's team as well, because y'all know good and damn well ain't nothing wrong with that boy, and ain't no counseling gonna help him. He's just doing what he wants to do.
Well, if counseling ain't gonna help him, just let him play. Why suspend him at all? He ain't gonna change.
Right, he ain't gonna change.
He ain't gonna change. Just let him play.
We'll be in the Euro League here in a little bit.
What Samuel L. Jackson say in School Day, y'all? And you're gonna be.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I really do think that he may slip in the indefinite to get us to forget about it during football season, and then they just ease Ja back in. Now, I do still think that he'll be gone 25 games or more, but he won't have. We'll lose track once Michigan starts playing, once your 49ers kick off, once the Titans start playing, and we talking about fantasy football, and we talking about the Big Ten title, and our juices are flowing because Michigan is 5-0. Then we thinking about Michigan State weekend. We ain't thinking about the NBA starting the season, and he gonna try to ease Ja back in. Don't do that. Be a man about it. Who made that song? Just be a man about it. Just hammer him off with his head if you're going to do it. Whack. All right. Now, question for you, Mike. What do you think is more likely? Ja saying, well, damn, at least I'm not Zion. Or Zion saying, well, damn, at least I'm not Ja.
Oh, man. Yeah, I saw this was hilarious. I'm going to go with Ja saying he's not Zion.
Whoa,
because...
wait, hold on. Pause right there, Mike. Do you know how much water you had to get in this week to say, well, for Ja to say, at least I'm not you?
Well, yeah, but at least he has talent still.
Mike coming off the top rope in downtown Dallas.
Zion has bad knees with multiple kids. He don't even know what's going on, and yeah, he has a lot more to worry about.
Tasha, please.
Somebody put on there. It said the day that you saw him in this fit. What is it?
Good morning, Miss Hastings, and you are just in time for T Sizzle to update us on the Zion development. Tasha, can you please catch us up?
It said the day the groupies saw him in this fit, they had to say, "This gonna be easy. We got one." Look, this tells you right. This ain't.
Stop that, Tasha. Now, Tasha, can you please explain to the people that just got out of jail this week what happened with Zion and why he's been trending all week?
And so it can't even be allegedly now because it's all out there. He was smashing or having some sort of relations with a former porn star OnlyFans model. Well, throughout that tryst, he was messing around with other girls and got him a tabletop cheek clapper. And she's pregnant. And they had a gender reveal. So now
Right, I was like, Mike, where's she?
So the OnlyFans porn star girl is on a tangent on Twitter, airing alleged. Now, this is the alleged part.
All right, Stiana, listen up, Stiana. She's about to catch you up right here.
His dirty laundry. Here's some of the stuff that she said.
Uh-oh.
You ruined my summer with this news. Zion Williams, like big time. You are fatter than the clause in your contract the last time I saw you. I hope they weigh you fat blank. I'm done trying to help. You talking this blank, you taking this blank too far now, Zion. Grow the blank up. Be a man instead of a fat crybaby who can't F. Your beat is trash and you let bleep trap you. She going on this tangent. And my thing is,
Nicole, did you catch all that?
this baby hurt. This girl is going through it. I mean, and then it's another chick allegedly in the mental web. Now these are the type of girls that he messing with, y'all. Do y'all see this? That explains why he can't get healthy. That explains why the knee is bad, why the hamstring is bad. Then there was some alleged other things going on, something about a wet mouth and other things that we won't get into. It's a mess.
Right. Tasha, you did an excellent job.
But to my point, that man has every right to sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with. That's his right to sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with. But the thing is, what I tell people, and CP3 said this on the pivot. You got to watch who you procreate with. You also got to watch who you lay down with. Now you got this girl out here airing all your dirty laundry about what goes on in your bed.
No, that ain't just dirty laundry. That's train tracks in the drawers laundry.
Right, because you went way
over the line.
Balcony laundry.
And like you were saying, between like Ja and him, they both making piss poor decisions. Because again, you can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with.
Right.
But when it gets to the point where all of your business is being put out in the street like that, they making a mockery of
Guns and buns coming to Netflix. The next.
Like, who are the people around there? We pretty pretty much knew coming out of college with all the things that alleged to have happened with Zion coming out of Duke. We already knew he didn't have good guidance. Right, and it's true. You're not out here with women who want to have you to be better. You out here with these women who want your coins.
Right, and the thing is, Mike, because and this is why I'm so glad we had Tasha on the panel, because she was able to explain that from a woman's point of view much better than we could have explained how that whole thing went down. But Mike, me and you, let's take this on the court. You've watched Zion miss how many games the last couple of years?
Enough to equal 3 seasons.
Right. Now, there was reports that the team thought he was going to play in the playoffs this past playoffs, and he said his knee wasn't ready. Because you out there with slip and slide and you know what, I'm not gonna do that. But my thing is, I'm like Tasha. You grown. I don't care who you sleeping with. My mantra as an adult is, if you're an adult, I assume you're sleeping with somebody. Who, where, why, how, I don't care. I don't
Unless you AC Green.
Right. I don't care about that. And if we're in business, I don't care about what you do off the court in that regard. But if you can't get on the court, how you got all this energy to be Mike?
I agree. I don't really care off the court, like what you do, who you sleeping with or whatever. But if you can't perform on the court, I mean,
and not even perform, you can't get on the court. But you got time to run around here.
Yeah,
like you said, y'all saying he can't even get on the court because you out here doing. I mean, that's true. But I'm
paying you to do a job, and you blowing all my money on Pornhub premium subscriptions.
I mean, he's not the only person that we know likes to indulge in certain things. Look at James Harden. James Harden balled for years down there in Houston, and he was always at the strip club.
They have his jersey hanging from the rafters in one strip club in Houston,
exactly.
But at least he led the league in scoring.
You look at everybody who rolls up through Magic City on a stop in Atlanta or the Atlanta Hawks. You can't count that, and I'm sure Trey that ain't his type of crowd at Magic City. But that's neither here nor there. You have players who are married, who have multiple children, who pretty sure are out here doing the same thing that Fat Ass is doing, but they're still able to get on the court. Again, it's who you choose to sleep with. That's the issue with some of these young cats.
Which goes back to choices off the field. And that's why I lumped in Ja and Zion together, because it's the decision making that makes me wonder if you are mature enough to handle a $200 million contract.
Exactly.
And if you can be the face of my franchise.
That's why they need to stay in college longer.
Which is something that you've been on the pulpit about for a few weeks now, that maybe they need to go and develop and learn some life skills first before you go off and you start making all of this money.
I mean, and we've all been to college, and was it Dion that actually said that with these NIL deals, or a few people have said this, with these NIL deals, they need to be teaching them financial responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
With this money, and that's they too busy trying to teach you English, which you've learned from high school, British English, history. They're too busy trying to teach you all of this stuff.
Right.
There needs to be courses on financial management.
And let's be honest, go ahead, Mike.
Just like in a whole life responsibilities, like financial responsibilities is one sector, but like we have mental responsibilities, like things that you have to be responsible as a society. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not covered.
And then Martrice saying that he can't perform off the court either. See, Zion, his just keep on coming. But back to your point, Tasha and Mike, about the life lessons and all of that. Most of these kids come from generational poverty. There's no one in their lineage that can teach them financial literacy or how to keep your credit score intact.
Neither one of them were poor. I mean, Fat Ass had both of his parents. Ja had both of his parents.
But both of your parents don't mean that you know how to spend money.
But they wasn't poor.
Let's see, Jarrell, that part about not requiring. Yeah, let's go back to what Jarrell said about the guaranteed contracts. Mike, you've never really been a fan of that in the NBA, have you?
No, I think that's definitely been more of a player plus. The players have fought for that, which makes sense, but never a fan. I think you should get paid for what you play out there. What your stats line is, things like that.
Right, and I hate to throw some love to MJ today, but I will. Kind of like how he had to do. He didn't just have the shoe deal when he first came out. I mean, he did, but he wasn't the brand until he worked his way up to a championship level, and then he received all the accolades. Whereas today, Ja had a shoe deal before he won a playoff series. So, and Zion ain't even on the court. He got shoes, endorsements, Subway commercials like that. Dave on.
They got a Big Mac after him, I think.
Man, you stop it. He's to make DLT. For don't let him play. Adam Silver is sick of this egg on his face and the helm of the. We shall see on Monday how sick of he is of these kids making him look stupid.
I mean, to be told, he ain't fat.
Don't encourage us, Shamika.
Fat ass ain't do anything that the league said he couldn't do. It's nowhere that says you can't sleep out here with multiple women.
Yeah.
Paul George was caught up in a scandal where he was dating, was it Doc Rivers' daughter at one point?
No, he took the fiance of the center that played on that in the Indiana team, Roy Hibbert. He took his fiance.
He got a stripper down in Miami pregnant and tried to pay $1 million to have an abortion. She didn't. And now they married. Whoa. They got like 3 kids now.
Whoa.
So that's what I'm saying. You cannot police what they do if it's not like I said, him doing all of this stuff, it really don't mean anything because you can't police their sex lives.
Who stays in the league longer, Ja or Zion, Tasha?
Zion ain't been in the league, so Ja ain't winning. He just showing up so he won't get fined.
Yeah.
Right. And a mock turtleneck and a black denim jacket like he Al B. Sure on Do You Wanna Do You Wanna Mike. That was the jam. Mike, who stays in the league longer, Ja or Zion?
Yeah, Ja for sure. I was gonna say Ja could literally be suspended for a full year and come back and still outperform Zion.
Damn, Zion. Y'all are talking to a frustrated Grizzlies fan who sees the future of his franchise going down the drain because a 23-year-old don't want to grow TF up. And y'all saying that he's still in better shape than Zion. That would have me depressed as a Pelicans fan.
Because at least he's playing. At least he's playing.
That's awful. Y'all can believe that content detrimental to the league is about to be some clauses in that. And Ja, I agree, Shamika. And with Ja, a precedent is going to be set on Monday or Tuesday because now we're going to start seeing how they do social media infractions because that was something that the CBA never had to deal with previous. Go ahead, Tasha.
Here's one more. Your bathroom was filled with soda bottles and cans. No wonder you fat as fuck. Oh, fat as blank and not in shape. F you, Zion. I'm tired of being nice. You hurt me and humiliated me.
Dang,
what did they say about a woman scoring, Mike?
Yeah, you got to clean that up.
Has no fury.
So, I mean, she let the man spit in her mouth. I mean, I thought that means that we got something going.
And she's claiming that the reason that the girl is pregnant is this is the final thing on fat ass and his problems. And for the people body shaming me, just know back in December, I almost died. And I was in the hospital for a month doing surgery. My doctor couldn't do a butt reduction because of complications. So she was supposed to be there in February. And she also alluded to saying something, the due date is in November. And that's because I couldn't come in February because of this, and this. I cannot.
Oh my gosh, they coming in. Basically, Ja will be missed on the court, but Zion, shrug emoji. Like, damn,
we ain't
Zion.
Seen him. How we gonna miss him? We ain't seen him.
Now you have a request from the comment gallery. Please inbox me these links. Hey, I said from the onset, hey, Tasha, the Zion deal is yours because you all caught up. You know who did what, who said what. So great job.
I need a after show part 1, part 2. I need,
Right. And they said that the girls' Pornhub search has gone through the roof since all of this has come out. So at least they're getting something out of this. Give me a number. Since we did the number on suspensions for Ja, how many games does Zion play this coming up season?
How many did he play this season?
Hey, you had like 15 games, 16 games maybe, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How many do you think he plays next season?
Yeah, that's hard. I
Yeah,
would say.
Hold on, wait a minute. We got answers coming in.
I was gonna say less than 10.
5.
Yeah, less than 10 is mine.
I'm gonna give him a 20 piece. But damn, how do you actually go on court with all of this out there? And are you embarrassed?
I would much rather be caught with a toy gun going out on the court and have people talk trash to me about that than Zion not being able to get on the court.
It's confidence issues, for sure. Definitely insecure.
Right. He is insecure.
This Deanna says he's gonna play about 25 games. I say suspend Zion so he can sit at home and let Ja play.
Right, because he ain't playing no way.
Right. This is outstanding stuff. Phenomenal. Now, Mike, we're about to come to you with one real quick, and then Tasha, I want to get your thoughts on it. Last week, NBA reporter Mark Stein, who is based out of Dallas, he reported that Kyrie Irving and his camp is wanting LeBron James to come to Dallas to play with him in Dallas. Now, for those who've been following Kyrie's development and asking, well, why wouldn't he just sign with the Lakers as a free agent? Because the Mavericks own his bird rights and can pay him a max contract. He can make more money in Dallas, so he would just rather have LeBron join him where he can make more money and play with Luka because they stand a better chance of winning than with AD. I get that part. All right. Just for those who saying, well, wait a minute, I thought he was a free agent. That's why he would want LeBron in Dallas instead of him going to LA. But Mike, you've been on the record that you're down with Kyrie being re-signed by the Mavericks, right?
Yeah,
He started laughing, Tasha.
Yeah, I said that.
Right? No. This isn't to set you up or anything. No, I just want to make sure that was.
No, I mean it's just hard because in his past, Kyrie hasn't really been the best since the Cavs. I mean, we just call
You're walking me right down. You're walking me right down the avenue that I want to go to because Tasha, when I heard that, when I reheard that statement and we started talking about it, a voice came into my head, and it was Mama Payne, and Mama Payne said, "Cold car. This ain't Cold car. This Martin car. He bought the ticket. That's Luka. Luka's probably looking at this report from Mark Stein like, Kyrie, this ain't your team. This is my team. I don't need you.
It's whoever's team wants to step up, and Luka hasn't been stepping up.
You ain't. You ain't a fan of Luka right now. So let's go. Okay. So go to aha, Tasha. Your aha is. Should Luka be upset that Kyrie trying to pull the strings behind the scenes?
But this is the thing. Luka is wanting like 272 million, right? Something around that.
Get whatever he wants, I'm paying it.
Well, he wants it for 5 years. So let's go back to Mr. Shark Tank himself.
Yes.
He broke up a team when he didn't re-sign, Tyson Chandler?
Right. Oh, in 2011, yeah.
He let Steve Nash walk because he didn't want to do a 5th year. So Kyrie's not going to do a 5th year. He's not going to get a 5th year. But the funny thing is, when did all this start? Did the Mavs really say, let's go out here and get LeBron? Y'all, we got a chance to get LeBron.
Reports said that they tried to get him last year.
Yeah,
but LeBron's contract stipulates that he cannot be traded or something.
He has a no trade clause for this
year.
Right.
He can't be traded. So you think the Lakers are going to pay, what does LeBron do, $45 million next season?
Yes.
They're going to pay him we'll give you $40 million to leave? What sense does that make? And then you definitely leave the Lakers depleted. I'm just wondering who sat in the back and thought this was a good idea to put this out in the public.
That's a good. The same people who put out the Ja had a toy gun, if I had to guess. But the most likely scenario, because Tasha, that's a good point. I thought about that. I said the math ain't mathing because you would have to trade Luka to get LeBron. But here's the kicker: if Kyrie is thinking long term, LeBron is under one more year at $47 million, correct, with the Lakers. Then he has a player option where he can opt out and he can sign with Dallas as a free agent, where he can take a pay cut and maybe angle with the Shark Tank got to sign O'Brien. You know what I'm saying? So it may not be this year, but if Kyrie's under a 5-year contract, you got Luka signed, LeBron comes in and takes a haircut. Now in 2024, you do have a championship window. Mike, would you be down for that scenario?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's hard because Luka right now needs someone to lead him because he's in a weird position to where he like wants to lead the whole team, but he doesn't know how to lead a team. So having him show him the way, I think it'll be great.
Do you think that could pose a problem if Kyrie has not been much of a leader himself?
It
To have the
could,
two on
yeah,
the same team.
but I think having LeBron on there. I mean, look, the last time that they played together, Kyrie
Oh, it
kind
was
of
magic.
yeah, Kyrie kind of knew his game. LeBron did his game. The good thing about now is that LeBron's looking to not have to do everything. That's when you have
Right,
Luka
right.
I mean, but
step
also
up.
too, Kyrie is a team killer. Look at where he been. He done blew up every team everywhere he's been. The
This
last
is in my notes, ladies and gentlemen. I said
But he didn't
Cleveland.
have anyone that led or that leads teams. That's the thing.
and that's the thing. He can't be a leader. So why would you, as Cuban, want to sign him to 5 years, paying him all that money, and then he pull a Boston on you?
Wait a minute. Jarrell came in with some heat real quick. Could he be trying to get signed by the Mavs and then traded to LA? You think that could be the case where he gets his money and goes to play with LeBron?
I mean, at this
Because Luka should whoop his ass if that's the case.
But the thing is, Kyrie really did not cause any problems in Denver. But
no, he didn't. He was a model citizen here, yeah.
Well, let's say if he wants to go to LA, what is he gonna start doing? Causing problem in Dallas. Would you want that? You know, everywhere he go, when he's ready to leave, he gonna cause problems, and then your whole organization implodes.
When he wants to leave, he tears down the whole house.
Right. Luckily, Boston had enough coming up to not implode. But I mean, look at Brooklyn. We're not gonna be talking about Brooklyn for the next few years. No. We ain't talking. Cleveland did pretty good this year, but they didn't really make a splash.
Yeah, they got bounced in the first round. Like they were all right. But the intrigue of a whole season with Kyrie and Luka, that does intrigue me in an old Western Conference. However, Kyrie's not signing no short-term deal. He wants a longer-term deal. So that means you're going, like Tasha said, you're going to have to sign him 4 years at least. And if he's tired of y'all after 2 years, then he's going to tear up the organization. And then where does that leave
you? To trade, yeah.
Mike, if you're the Lakers, do you sign Kyrie this offseason or do you run it back with the pieces that got you to the Western Conference Finals?
I choose option C. If they rebuild on the young talent that they have, because they have a lot of good young talent. They need to start benching or getting. I don't like AD, man. I think he's not toxic per se. I just think that he's not
Tasha
right.
Killed his career, but go ahead. Tasha, you killed his career by putting street clothes out there.
I don't like AD. I didn't like him when he came out of Kentucky. I didn't like what he did in New Orleans, and I don't like the fact that he is all that talent wasted in LA. Yeah, wax that. That I don't even. I think I've said this.
Wax that all on the floor. Wax that.
I said this to Paul once before, and he was like, "Tasha, don't say that." Have y'all ever seen somebody so ugly it make your mouth water? When I look at him,
where we at on this? Let's see.
I think we got college football next.
Right, we got the NCAA, we got the SEC going with an 8-game schedule. What we got right here? Because Tasha, I do want to go back and thank you though, because you said bleep very, very, very well in your Zion segment, because I lost sleep about that last night. I woke up and fired up a cigarette like, Lord, Tasha got the Zion segment. You did phenomenal. Thank you on that. So how did you write Oh, she gonna start reading these quotes. She gonna say the P word.
I left that one out because it was one she had with that in there.
You did phenomenal. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. So how does this end? Luka goes to the Mavs? He goes to the Lakers? How do you see this playing out this summer?
I think everything stays as is. Luka gonna stay.
Right, let him loose
in Dallas. Kyrie's gonna stay in Dallas. They're gonna discuss him getting a long-term deal because I think at the end of the day,
that's the smart play. That's the smart play.
They want Kyrie there, and LeBron is not leaving LA. Y'all can cancel that.
With Bronny going to USC, it makes it even less likely that LeBron would leave LA now. Like why go to Dallas now and your son is in college and you can just go down the street and watch him play his game? So yeah. Good morning, Stephanie Cole-Tur. Now, speaking of mouthwater, there was some mouthwatering news that I saw your daughter post on social media, T-Sizzle. it said D-Hop to the Titans. And so I was like, say what now? Wait a minute, let me do some digging. Mike was like, oh, hell no, I need a source. So I was like, let me go do some digging. So DeAndre Hopkins, who was just released by the Arizona Cardinals last week, he is a free agent, and his first free agent visit is in Nashville, Tennessee with the Titans tomorrow, followed by, yes, Stephanie, yes, Titans fans, we are all like this right now, followed by a visit to New England after that. Now, before we get into T-Sizzle's top 5, Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, your confidence that the Titans will not let him leave Nashville without a contract?
He's not going to sign.
Don't laugh, Tasha. Stop
so
it.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Okay, so yeah, I'm about at a 5 myself. He's just coming to the CMA Fest. Well, look, what's your flavor? Because there's gonna be some beautiful white women in Nashville this weekend.
Right.
I hope you love a snow bunny because we can wrap this thing up.
He into the snow bunnies, and you know the CMA is the white people's Freaknik.
Hey. There's going to be some bunnies in downtown Nashville this weekend. You done came on the right weekend. I'm sending a party bus up there. I'm sending a bachelorette party up there to the Titan facility. All of them going to be there. Like, I'm sorry. Call me what you want, but Nashville do have some beautiful young women. If you into the downtown scene.
Where the white women at?
Well, look, they at the TSU game. Look, they're at the TSU game and just as beautiful. The HBCU thing is popping there with Fisk,
but that
Harry,
ain't his flavor. That's not his flavor. So
right, but I'm just saying, whatever your flavor, we gonna send a bus up there to you. We're gonna rock your world. So Mike gives it a 4. Tasha, before we get into your top 5. What chance do you give the Titans realistically with what they have and what DeAndre Hopkins can command in the open market?
I don't give the Titans any chance because they don't know how to make good decisions.
Damn. So you saying 0?
I mean, and then what's the likelihood of D-Hop actually wanting to go there when they ain't got no decent quarterback to throw him the ball?
Ryan Tannehill is better than Kyler Murray. Mike, help me out.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Mike, I could have said
right, because Mike takes
Joe DiMaggio
Professor Ogilvy is better than Kyler Murray.
Joe DiMaggio.
Yep, he better. Like, we'd have to do a top 500 list of quarterbacks that you think are better than Kyler Murray, but that's for a different thing. Martrice says she's at about a 5. Now, we talking about human trafficking. Look, we got to get it done. Did you see us lose 7 games in a row, Melanie? Desperate times call for desperate measures. We got to sign D-Hop. Canada is in the building. He's coming back without a contract with a cute Canadian woman, Stephanie. That just depressed me.
Hey.
She said he's coming back without a contract. And Tasha,
the Argonauts and the Hamilton Bearcats, they always win in the Grey Cup.
But look, but Mike, because you be a Titans fan during the preseason, but then when we start losing, you jump ship. So while we got you in the preseason right now.
Anyway, Jalen Hurts through there.
Right. Because we know they're gonna be fire this year. So we got King Henry, we got a new offensive line, we got a healthy Tannehill back under center, we got Traylon Burks who showed flashes as a rookie, and D-Hop. That's at least enough to get you the 7th seed.
And it's all about young cat to see what he does in the quarterback position. I'm not sold on Tannehill though. That's the thing. It's like
none of us are sold on Tannehill. We know he got to go.
So as long as he's going to be there, that's a playoff spot and then a bounce, like playoff bounce. Like that's it.
See,
just get on the floor and pass the bounce.
What's going wrong with it? You always get me all focused with your songs because every time you do it, I start dancing just on cue. All right, damn, Stephanie a 2. Stephanie, log out. I'll call you after the show. you embarrassing me in front of my folks. Damn, a 2. All right, so without any further ado, then Tasha, what are your top 5 landing spots, honestly, for DeAndre Hopkins?
I actually took notes on this because I had.
Okay. I'm getting my popcorn ready. Let's roll.
Of course, I have the Titans because the Titans have no one else. He will be the number 1 target. He will get all the passes thrown to him, but also from a defensive end, if they know it's going to D-Hop, will he be able to be open and with the quarterback that he has trying to get him the ball, that's very questionable.
We made the list. The show is done for me. I'm good. Now go ahead with the rest of your 4. I'm in good spirits.
Then I thought about the Patriots. I mean, you got Mac Jones. Didn't they get Juju Schuster-Smith because he was at Kansas City? That ain't no kind of tandem. So, but if you go there, that would at least take the eyes off of you, and you can probably still get your numbers and get your catches.
And he did play for O'Brien, who was the head coach in Houston when he was there. So there's familiarity there.
So with that saying, I go to Kansas City. Kansas City ain't got nobody.
Lord, please, no, Lord Jesus, no.
I would much rather go to Kansas City. When I got Mahomes throwing that ball to me, I don't have to necessarily be the main target because you got the best tight end in the league out there getting all the catches. I can get some if they try to double cover him.
Mike, you nodded your head and I'm disappointed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tasha.
That was on the list.
Then I said the Buffalo Bills too, because Josh Allen needs somebody else to help him get over the hump, even though they do need a running back. Right, you got Diggs there, and you could also, if you put Diggs and D-Hop in, moving right along.
Right.
And then I said the New York Giants. They done paid Daniel Jones all this money. He needs some toys.
You know what? The New York Giants is intriguing because you do have Saquon. He didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver last year, and they just got Darren Waller, the Pro Bowl tight end from the Raiders in the offseason. That would Sizzle. All right, good job by you.
When I take my time and really do some research, it sounds like something other than me usually getting on here with my gibberish.
Right. Then Stephanie said my nerves are shot. You shot him, Stephanie, with your 2, and then she come on here talking about Buffalo and Kansas City. We don't stand a chance. Yeah. Damn it, who you shouting out, Mike?
I'm going to shout out my wife and my family for coming out to this expo with me. We're doing a family thing downtown. Y'all can see the view we got.
That ain't what we want to see.
Where's the baby?
Oh, she's over there. Tristan, can you bring the baby? I'll bring her.
That's what we want. We want to see the show
start. Show us the view. Don't give a damn about the view.
Right, there's only one view. There she is. There she is. My goddaughter. Hey. Oh, look at her smiling. Hey, RJ. Look at her. Oh, she's so precious. Say go blue.
Vamos azul.
Oh, look at her. Look at so happy. Yeah. Right. Look at her. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah, let her sit right there. She is a show stopper. Tasha, who you shouting out today?
I'm shouting out my cousin, my cousin's son, Charles Watson III, also known as Trey. He just got married yesterday.
Hey, congratulations.
His wife, Shay. It's funny, she's an OU grad, he's an Oklahoma State grad. So it's going to be a house divided.
Right.
But congratulations to them.
All right. Like, look, she's melting hearts all over the world right now. She's about to go viral. Look how good she is. I've never seen her cry, ever. She didn't cry on the Super Bowl party either. All right.
But you got your shit up her back in 5 seconds.
You stop it. The baby can hear you. She looked around like, who's that cussing, Daddy? Like, stop that, Tasha. She's got young ears. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, he's got headphones in. Good job by you, Mike. Now, I want to give a shout out to Tasha T. Sizzle and the rest of the class of 1993. We celebrated our 30-year anniversary of graduating high school yesterday. Now, who would look at us and tell we've been out of school for 30 years? Well, yeah. Throw your hands
93. Get bugged.
Get bugged. Get a gangster. We doing the gangster walk for you, RJ. Gangster with it. Look at her bouncing with it. Look at her bouncing with it. Yeah, Stiana. Yeah. So I want to send a shout out because in these day and times that we live in, to be serious for 30 seconds, we've lost so many people. And the fact that 30 years after high school, we are still here, post-COVID, post all of this stuff, we are still here. It is a blessing to be here. Thank you, Stephanie. She says we still look good. Thank you so much. So I want to send a shout out to all of them. Right, too. Natasha used to do this cheer mic, and it was called Extra. And the whole school knew that when she started this, the whole school would like, do the chant with her. And I ain't gonna put you on the spot and make you do it. But she was a Pearl Cone legend. When she started that chant, the whole school went bananas. And yes, we still together.
And we still together.
I'll be your friend. And we love you too, Martrice. All right. I can't stop looking at my baby. Look at her. Look at her. Look, she's just so well behaved. Looking like her daddy. Well, looking like her mama, though. You know,
Yeah,
shouts out to the lovely Miss Stacy. But she's looking around like, look at these. Look at these.
She does look like Stacy, but kind of like with Mike's eyes a little bit.
Mike, we ain't gonna tell you to take off your glasses so you can't see what you're saying. But yeah, extra. And look, those cheeks. Oh. Look at her. All right. Well, look, Mike, we know you got a busy day. We thank you for checking in with us this week. Tasha T. Sizzle, we already know that you got stuff going down. She's going to have pot liquor and turnip greens today. I'm jealous. And you know how we do. We will see y'all in 6 days and 23 hours with the Jaw News. So make sure y'all tune in next week, because next week we will know for a fact how long Ja Morant is suspended. NBA, you did this one because you done stretched out these shows about 5 or 6 episodes. So until then, y'all have a great weekend. We will see y'all Father's Day weekend. Peace. Where's the end broadcast? Oh, there it is.